Well, good morning, all of you. So let's get started with today's class. I'm going to log in and move on to the next slide. I'll give you time for your test later. They're asking us to find the midpoint of each side of this triangle ABC. To find midpoint, we just need the coordinates of A, B, and C. If this is your -1, let me label them. Okay, this is -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. So A has a coordinate of -6, comma 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. -6, comma 7. Same way the coordinates of C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, comma -1. And coordinates of B. X coordinate is 2 and Y coordinate -1, -2, -3, -4 and -5. 2 comma -5. To find midpoints, you just use the midpoint formula. Let me get another midpoint here. Let me call this as F, okay? So D will be the midpoint of A and B. And by using midpoint formula, the midpoint is nothing but the average of the X values and Y values. Average of X values, I mean -6 plus 2 divided by 2, comma, average of Y values 7 plus -5 divided by 2. So that will give us -6 plus 2 is -4. -4 divided by 2 is -2. It's -2. And 7 plus -5 is +2 divided by 2 is 1. -2 comma 1 is the coordinate of D. Same way we can also find the coordinates of E and F. E is nothing but -6 plus 8 divided by 2, which is nothing but 8 plus -6 is +2. +2 divided by 2 is 1. And Y value is nothing but 7 plus -1 is 6. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So 1 comma 3 is the coordinate of E. Don't know what's happening with this. Okay. And to find the coordinates of F, 8 plus 2 is 10. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So I'll have coordinate as 5 for F. It's going to be 5 comma. To get the Y coordinates, -5 plus -1 is -6. -6 divided by 2 is -3. So 5 comma -3 is the coordinates of F. All parallel segments. The parallel segments are going to be DF is going to be parallel to AB. So you'll have 3 pairs of parallel segments. Okay. First one is DE is going to be parallel to BC. And the second pair is going to be EF. EF is going to be parallel to AB. And the third one, DF, is going to be parallel to AC. DF is parallel to AC. Next, they are asking the length of BC. We can use the distance formula. X2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. I can take this as x1 y1, and this BC was x2 y2. 8 comma negative 1 as x2 y2. And I can apply the formula square root of x2 minus x1 whole square. So 8 minus 2 whole square plus y2 minus y1, that is negative 1, minus of negative 5 whole square, which you can further simplify and get 8 minus 2 is 6, 6 square negative 1 plus 5 is nothing but plus 4, so you'll have plus 4 square. So you'll have 36 plus 24, square root of 36 plus 24, which you can further simplify, nothing but square root of 60. If you want, you can further simplify. I hope this is clear. Once again, in this problem, we are using bit segment theorem. Okay, let's see the next slide. Proofs in coordinate plane. Some proofs require us to use coordinate plane. If we have a figure in a plane, we can place the x and y axis in any place in the plane that is convenient to us. Polygon ABCD is a square with side of 6 units length. Position it in the coordinate plane so that the coordinates of the vertices can be easily found. Okay, we can place it anywhere, but it will make some sense if I put one of the coordinates, especially this one, in the origin. If I put this one in the origin, then that will be of more help. It's a square, so I can easily redraw this. The next endpoint will be 6 comma 0, the other endpoint will be here 6 comma 0. So we have one endpoint 6 comma 0, 0 comma 6, and this is 6 comma 6 will be the other endpoint. And we can just place it in this manner to get our square. Okay. Okay, if I place it in this manner, it will be of easy for us to work out any further problem if they have. Okay. Next, we'll see the next slide. Triangle GHJ is an isosceles triangle with base length of 4 units. Place it in the coordinate plane in the most convenient position to find the vertices. Okay, to find the vertices. Okay, I'll give you a minute or so to think about this and tell me the coordinates. If I place in that manner, it will be of helpful. Okay, use your chat and tell me the coordinates. If I call this as A, B and C. Okay, where should I place A, B, C? in this particular graph so that it will be easy to work out this problem. Okay, use your chat once you have the answer. There is no correct answer, but one of your friends suggested to place it 0, 0 at 4, 0. That will also work. But the most convenient way to work this problem will be to use y-axis as the point where A lies. If I have to use y-axis as the point where A lies, I can place this as negative 2, 0 at 2, 0. Negative 2, 0 is for your B coordinate, at 2, 0 for your C coordinate, and A can be there on the y-axis. They have not given the height, or they have not given the how the A is located, so I'm just leaving A as itself. Okay, we are just seeing different ways which we can represent the figure onto the plot so as to make our work simple. Let's see the next slide. Draw each figure in the coordinate plane such that the vertices are easy to find as possible. Okay, let me do this as well. A right triangle ABC with legs of 3 units and 2 units long. So the easy way is you need the legs to be 3 and 2 units. I can place this right angle onto the uh, graph such that one of the vertices is 0, 0 and the legs have to be 3 units. So I'll just go 3 units in y direction and 2 units on the x direction. And then I have the hypotenuse. If I work this out in this manner, that will be easier. A rectangle JKLM with length of 6 units and width of 3 units. I'll use different color this time. Length of 6 units and width of 3 units. So I can keep 0, 0 itself as one of the end. To get the length, I go here in x-axis with 6 units. Add 3 units is your width, so go 3 units up. Okay, if I represent in this manner, then that will help me better. An isosceles triangle with a leg length of p units. Okay, any isosceles triangle with leg length of p units. They have not given exactly where should the coordinates be. So whenever you have an isosceles triangle, try to place it in such a manner that the legs which are equal, let's place the legs that are equal onto the graph such that they are these are your legs that are equal, the p legs, such that the legs which are equal should be on y-axis. If you place it that manner, we'll have a easier way to work this out. Okay, we are just once again 5.1. We are not doing much in this one. Find unknown coordinates of the points in the figure. Okay, use your chat and try to find the coordinates of A, B, D and F. F is given. Here the x coordinate of D, B and A. All of you just try. Let's see if you can get this. I'll give you like exactly a minute. Keep these two to be equal and then try to get the coordinates of A and C. Otherwise it may not be easy to find. Okay, as majority of you pointed out, this is going to have the same x coordinate as b. The d is going to have the same x coordinate as b. So it is going to be negative h comma 0. And this one had the y coordinate of 2k. So this whole length is 2k. So which means this also is going to be 2k. 2k plus 2k is 4k. So A will have a y coordinate of 4k. And the x coordinate was whatever was there for D or B, which is negative h. So you will have negative h comma 4k for A. And see, the height is going to remain the same. That y coordinate was whatever was for A will be same for C. So it is negative 2h comma 4k. So C is negative 2h comma 4k. Okay, let's see the next slide. Okay, try this one. Find the unknown coordinate points in the figure. BD, BF and FS are mid segment. They have given BD, BF, FS are mid segments of triangle ACE. Give you like a minute or so. We are using the same formula. All of you got the values of D, but also you need to get for B and F. So let's see, to get the value of D, you just have to take the average of C and E. C and E, the average is going to be you're going to take average of C and E to get the value of D. So which means h plus h divided by 2 comma 2k plus 0 divided by 2. H plus h is 2h. 2h divided by 2 is h. And 2k divided by 2 is k. So you'll have h comma k as the coordinates of D. Same way, to get the coordinates of F, you take the average of A and E. So you have 0 plus h divided by 2 comma k plus 0 divided by 2. So coordinates of F will be h over 2 comma k over 2. Okay, I hope this is clear. Then to find the coordinates of B, you have coordinates of A as 0 comma k and C as h comma 2k. So 0 plus h divided by 2, which is nothing but h over 2, and k plus 2k is 3k. 3k divided by 2 is 3k over 2 as the coordinates of B. So h over 2 and 3k over 2 as the coordinates of B. I hope that is clear. Let's see the next slide. Find the length of the diagonal of the square, the coordinates of the midpoint of the, you got to find the length of the diagonal and also the coordinates of the midpoint of the diagonal. Okay, I'll give you like 40 seconds. You can represent answer in terms of S, and we will discuss answer after that. Okay, let's check our answers. The distance formula is quite simple. You have square root of, I'm using these 2 points. Okay, I don't have this. I'm calling it as origin O. x2 minus x1 whole square, that is nothing but s minus 0 whole square, plus y2 minus y1 is once again s minus 0 whole square. So that gives us s square plus x square, which is nothing but 2s square. It will give us square root of 2s square. Further, square root of 2s square is nothing but, you can take square root of s square is s itself, and root 2 will go out, which is nothing but root 2 times of s is the distance. Okay, To find the coordinates of midpoint, you take the average, which is nothing but s plus 0 over 2, and this is also s plus 0 over 2, which gives us s over 2 comma s over 2. I hope this is clear. Let's see the last slide. Write the coordinate proof of mid-segment theorem for one mid-segment. DE is the mid-segment of triangle OBC. Prove DE is parallel to OC and DE is half of OC. Okay. They are asking us this one. So we know the coordinates, they have given also the points 2Q, 2P and 0, 0, which gives us coordinates of D and coordinates of E can be found here using the distance formula. And what I'll do is, as we just are left with 45 minutes, this particular proof I will have it written, and we can take a look towards the end or maybe in the next class. Okay, I want you to use rest of the class time to first take the unit 4 test. So log into hub and complete your unit 4 test. It's going into the next cycle, that is third cycle. It's not going into this particular cycle. Okay, log into hub and take your unit 4 test.